Alright, so your headlight is out. And you got to put a new one in. You go to the parts store. You tell them what year your vehicle is, what model it is, what make it is. Sometimes the size, engine, or the configuration will matter. And they say, here's the bulb you need. You take it home and you pop your hood. And you come around and you unlatch the hood. Grab a hold underneath. They're all a little bit different. But once you get the hang of it, you can fish through for just about anyone. This one will hold itself up. I've got a nut to undo right here to get started. So grab a socket wrench, and I'm going to go ahead and, since I can only use one hand with the camera, undo it. I decided to use an extension, and it's also great to have a beautiful assist. Okay, so here, the second bolt is in a hole right there. And you do is use your extension again. It's going to go right down there and get it. There are only 2 bolts. 1, 2. Lots of people try and take off all of these screws to get this entire thing off. You don't need to. You take those 2 bolts off, and it does take some force, but you just take this thing and yank it, and it's clipped in at the bottom, and then the whole thing will come forward. So there it is. I just pulled it. You just yank it forward, and then you can get at the high beam and the low beam that are down in there. You can shimmy this around to get them loose, but I'll pull this out in a second. Okay, I wiggled it a little, tilted down, and then came this way, and it came out. Somebody prior to me has forced this so it yanked, but it was still bolted in just fine. So then, to get your low beam out, you just untwist. Let's see. Yeah, the low beam is the one on the outside. You just twist them, and it'll come out. High beam's right there, and all your turn signals and parking lots. You make a quarter turn. Once you make a quarter turn, it's just going to come right out. So I just want to show you there. And there he is in there. And you can see it's a 2-tab guy, so he's just going to pull out like a prong guy. See, he's got a little clip in there, so I'm going to have to get the clip pushed up on the clip here and then pulled him back. When they flop down, then you pull this whole thing out here. So then the bulb's free to go. So he just slides out of there. They got a lot of grease on the connections. Gotta make the connection better. So then I'm just going to slide the new one. It's important not to touch the glass bulb of this. The oils on your hands can actually cause damage to it. Okay, I'm going to try and do this while filming to show you. So slide them in there. The tab only lets them go in one way. So I've got to be able to push this hard enough to get him just past the lip. There he goes. And then in. And then this guy here just gets shoved right onto him there again. And that's all there is to that. And then you take the little dial piece and you stick him back on there. And you push him. He's going to fit in one slot right there. He's going to have a little space where he's going to go in where the notches are. And you put him in and you give him a quarter turn to where he's going. And you're ready to stick it back in. So you just take him and just kind of angle him back in down there so he gets underneath the lip. And then you got to just kind of wiggle it until you've got clearance. You got to get him clear, and then you're going to snap him back in. Okay, I'm going to say wiggling him to get him back in was more difficult than wiggling him to get him out. But it goes back in, and once I got this piece under the lip and him shoved up above there, I just give him a quick pop there and snapped right in. So he's all ready to be bolted down here and here. And I guess I should test the bulb here before I even finish things up. Alright, the good news is the bulb does work, but highly recommend before you wiggle it and shove it back in there, check it then. Don't wait until after. To finish this off, carefully set that bolt down in where he goes. And again with the extension. Set him on there and ratchet him down. And don't over tighten him. It's a pretty long bolt though. So there we go. And then you're going to get this one. Now he's got a long way to go. I'm going to go ahead and spin him by hand, and then I'll tighten him down with the wrench. Alright, so both of those have been snugged down. The headlight's already tested. Close her up and put your tools away right so you don't have to look for them. Now, as you noted though in the beginning, I started off with 2 bulbs. I only needed to replace the one right now, but it's $15 for one bulb, $20 for 2. So get the second one, and you leave them in your garage for soon. You will need to replace the other one.